Hello, everybody. It's Bob Anderson. Ah, Jesus. Ah, woof. Hello, everybody. It's Bob Anderson. Morning. I'm a little slow moving today. A little tired. I'm looking at, for right this minute, I'm looking at gold. We blew up through the prior day high. We had a cross over the red line, cross over the gold line, all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of looking at that as being my potential first trade for the live session. I already took a trade in the pre-market. Holy cow. I'll show that in a minute. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Morning, Joe. Okay, here we are. This is what we're looking for right here. All right, good. Come on. Give me an opportunity. Come back down in here. Don't just do the soft pullback. Come on. Man, I hit a beautiful trade in YM this morning. I'll show it here in a minute. All my thought process, blah, blah, blah. But I need gold. Oh, shoot. I think I just realized something. Hold on here. Shoot. Hold on here. Hold on. I'm going to look for this long right here. I'm going to look for this long right here. If it's, oh, come on. Shit. Sit. Oh, man. It ran off too fast on me. See, it ran off too fast. I didn't want to take it. It had to stay down here a little more. Man, can anybody believe gold's up at $4,100? Jesus. Just, we are living in some scary times. Absolutely scary times, folks.
Dennis LLC.
Hold on one second. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's just I had somebody a big meeting this morning about a project, and I just had to get it summed up. So I can build a big cape up in Asheville, North Carolina. So not my favorite place to build, by the way. Good for you, Orville. I'm going to show the trade in a minute, but I hit a $400 one this morning myself. Maybe we can retire together, Orville. That way I don't have to take calls in the middle of my live trading. Sorry. All right, let's see here. Oh shit. I think I covered this right here before I muted why I did not take this trade. These candles were way too big to protect. So what I am looking for potentially is this right here. Along off that gold line, prior day close, and the red line all at once. See, the last reaction we had at the red line right here was pretty nice. So maybe we can get the same thing to the long side here in gold right now. Yeah, exactly, Dominic. So I'm looking at that. Notre Dame was awesome, man. I had a great time. Well, the weather there was phenomenal. Just beautiful. I wore shorts to the football game. Got myself a new hat too, right here. Got myself a new Notre Dame hat. I got myself several new Notre Dame hats. Every time I go there, I buy several of them. All right, I'm going to look for this long. I'm doing it. I did it. I'm in like Flint. There you go. Come on. Come on. Go, 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 go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jesus. I probably smoked too many cigars when I was there, though. I can tell you that. That's why I'm coughing. Come on. Come on, Gold. Come on. Come on. Come on. Long, 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 long. 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 Come on. There you go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, man, you got me. Jesus. I got snipped there pretty good. And it's not over. I just had my stop too tight. The trade's not over. God dang it. This is still, I just don't like to do, I don't like to protect.
TJ Robinson.
Dang it. Let me grab this, guys. Hold on. Jesus. Damn it. I missed that. I was going to re-enter. I missed that gold. I was going to re-enter gold, damn it. And now I got freaking on the phone. What'd you take, Jeff? I was going to re-enter because the fact it only ticked through the bottom. I would have re-entered, but I can't. I'm not going to re-enter while I'm sitting on the phone. GC, awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, now I'm frustrated with myself. I'm just frustrated. I got this customer that's going out of town, and I've got to get some stuff done before he leaves. Of course, he doesn't tell me he's going out of town until yesterday afternoon. God dang it. Jesus. Wow. That's good news on that micro in NQ. Holy cow. That's good news. That's amazing. That is amazing. That's amazing. So I'm gonna get my gold money back here in a minute. I'm still up for the day because I had a beautiful YM trade, but my phone's been ringing too much this morning for me to freaking talk about it. In essence, because yesterday was Columbus Day, today is like my Monday. And, Mondays are bad for me in my business. Like, all my contractors are trying to get a hold of me. I've been out of town too. So they're all like, wanting to talk to me about my trip and what did I do. And all right, come on, come back and test the prior day high. That would really be better. Not just a gold line. This is set up for a 1 minute gold line right now. See that? Because we did a crossover. Donchian Channel high, retesting, getting ready to retest. We have not retested yet officially because we're still north of the gold line. So I'm not liking that. We need it to pull back more. The sucker's probably just going to run off without me. Yeah, I cannot chase. I don't like big candles, man. I don't know when I chase something, I don't know where to put my stop. I don't know how to manage myself because, a number one thing I do is manage from the bottom up on a long and from the top down on a short, Shit. Man, I thought about jumping in there. Anyways, I'm going to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good job, Mike. I really would like to see gold right now slam down to the top of this high. What the hell's going on here? The YM, the ES, the NQ, everything just shot straight up at 10:05. That's interesting. That's rather interesting. People quit messaging me. All right, come on, gold. Okay, here we go. Let's hope. Yeah, I know, David. Okay, here we go. Here we go, gold. Come on. Sit there. Sit there. Sit there. Just sit there. Quit running away. Jesus, come on, gold. Settle. Settle. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's true, Patriot. That is true. I just don't have the nerve to chase gold today. God dang it. It's just running so hot right now. Gold is just running hot. And I just not chasing it. Damn it. Where am I here? Shit. I just. I took this gold line trade long. This was the candle that came down and then broke the top of this. The entry's really down here. We just break this top again. See, we had the finger go through here and then come back down. It broke this candle to the left. I missed that. I wasn't even paying attention. And then we ran up, and there I am. Come on, go, go, go. Everybody else is going long. Why are you not? Come on. Look at the NQ, man. Jeez, it's sitting right on top of its red line and gold line at the same time. Looking to go long. I am not liking that we stopped at the high. See that right there? That is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Go. I'm just going to get out. If it goes down, I'm going to get out. Go. Come on. Go long. Come on. Come on, YM. Third time's a charm. Come on. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Third time's a charm. Let's go. Let's go. Where can we go to? Well, probably right about where I'm at. All right. Now, I'm not going to lose money on this. Let's go. Come on. There we go. All right. 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 Jesus. Freaking piece of shit. Now, I jump in that YM trade. Let's just quickly talk about that. The ES crossed over, sitting on the gold line, going long. The NQ, the ES is obviously the big leader. Remember that. The NQ crossed over, sat on top of the red line, going long. I was like, shit. And now, of the three of those, of the three of those instruments, which one would I rather be in? I'd rather be in the YM. All right. Yeah, I'd rather be in the YM of the three of them. I think my YM was 45,976. And it should, oh yeah, I mean, oh, you where it's going to? It's gonna run into some pretty heavy storms about 117, in my opinion. It's gonna run into some big storms. Doesn't mean it's not gonna ultimately go through, but it will rotate back before it does that. All right, so shit. Speaking of YM, so here's this morning. Okay, this is pre-market. I turned my charts on somewhere right around in here, and I look up and I see that we had run to, the prior day low, and pre-market at like what, 8:45 or so. And then I saw we poked through the top. We had an inside. So look at this. So let's just look at this carefully. We had an inside candle right here that we blew through, then came back down and had a consolidation candle inside this one. And then this candle right here, this green one, it went down below this candle. And I said, damn it, they're going to poke one way and run the other. And that's exactly what they did. So once this candle right here went down below this inside candle, as if they were going to continue to the downside, I just pushed my little buy order. We came back up, boom. And I walked it up to here. Now, obviously, I should have walked it to the red line and made, a king's ransom, but, I'm just not that guy. But inside the candles is what made me make that trade. What I saw inside the candles. The key, I want to emphasize that again. And that's what you can't see by looking at charts after the fact. The key was this candle was inside, sitting on that line, and we went down below it, just a couple ticks, and then it ran straight up. And I was like, yep, I'm in. And that was my trade. That was my easy peasy $400 trade. Jesus, Orville, you're killing me. So speaking of that, I ran my totals today. Remember, I didn't trade on Friday. I was gone on my way to Indiana. And so my week last week was 2709 on my one account. Net of commissions and all that. Net of commissions and all. So yeah, my profit last week was 2709, and I believe, if memory serves me well, that's with one day only being like $100. Either Monday or Tuesday was only like $100 last week. I can't remember what day, but one of them was only like $100. And then bam, $2,709 last week. That was really nice. Jesus, Orville. You're killing me. I can barely use my phone. I can barely use my phone as a phone than to use it to trade. So anyways, look at that gold. Gold ended up still doing it. It ended up still doing that rotation. I don't know if anybody caught it off the prior day high. I just, man, I guess maybe I got spoiled by that YM trade that I'm getting too picky now. Because that YM trade, I mean, like the writing was all over the wall. I mean, I should have hit that with like 8 contracts instead of 2. I mean, it was like clear as day when they poked through the bottom of that inside candle. That was a consolidation candle. If they ran up the other way, they were going to just keep right on going. And that's exactly what they did. The old head fake. Pretend to be going the way that the market's been going and then rotate back. Oh my God. Well, RTY is now caught up in all its numbers. I'm gonna move the equities over now because I think gold has run its morning trading over for a while. So I'm gonna grab these and drag them back over. Gold has a tendency to get a little quiet after about a little after 10 or so. It just kind of goes quiet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move. What am I doing here? Damn it. Where the hell is my chart? There it is. Where the hell did the frickin' RT? Where the hell did my YM go? Where the hell did the YM go? Oh, why the hell did it ended up on? Jesus, I swear to God, I'm brain dead. I dragged my YM chart up and it covered my ES chart. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Yeah, I tell people a million times two things. Two things. Two things about what Orville's talking about there. Two things. Number one is screen time. But the other is that it's with screen time, you got to learn the personality of the instruments that you're trading. I mean, each one of these has a different personality. They really do. And the more time you look at them, you'll realize that. That's why, for example, when the YM, the ES, and the NQ all lined up at the same time, Bob Anderson went and did the YM trade because the YM's personality, I can handle a little, I can mentally handle it better than I can the NQ and the ES. And the irony is for different reasons. The ES, sometimes I just want to freaking hit it in the ass to get it to move. The NQ, when it moves, it scares the shit out of me. So whereas the YM's just kind of the right speed, kind of like the RTY, the right speed. It's the speed that I can mentally handle when it's doing its thing. I like trading. I've said it many times on this channel. I like trading the RTY. It's a good instrument to trade. Gold, on the other hand, is a great instrument to trade too. But when it's making its candles too damn big, I get nervous. The candles are kind of the candles this morning on this morning's trades in gold were just a little too big for me. Yeah, each symbol has its own personality. They really do. I don't know how many times I've said on our YouTube channel, you've got to have a heart of a lion if you're going to trade the NQ, the actual NQ. You have to have a heart of a lion, man. Either that or a pretty good size bankroll to be, throwing around. I'm a, I don't like winning trades turning into losing trades either. But at the same time, I have a tendency to do that. That goes back to the screen time, because like on a 5-minute red line, I have to temper my personality to want to defend not losing money, because I have to remind myself that the 5-minute red line is a 5-minute moving average. So I have to leave that room. So I have to put myself more at risk, which is also why I try to make sure I get the bigger profit out of those red line trades too. But the 1-minute gold line and the static lines, I don't like them to turn into losers. Exactly. Of course, I don't like the 5-minute red line to turn into losers too. But if I squeeze a 5-minute red line too fast, I'm likely to just knock myself out of a good trade. Well, Wayne, you got a heart of a lion, my friend. I will tell you this. Jim Racine, he traded the NQ2 as his main thing, and then he finally started wandering over to gold, and he was like, "Holy shit!" And like that's where he makes the bulk of his money now, is in gold, which I fully understand that. Oh, yeah. I mean, especially gold being in the ranges that it's in lately. I mean, there is just huge money in it. And let's go back and look at gold here just for a second. I mean, I'm kind of upset with myself. I too many fucking phone calls this morning. But look at this rotation over. Bam, tested these lines, up it went. Created new Donchians, tested this line, up it went. I mean, gold is just it's running smooth as butter, but the candles were just kind of big and scaring me out. And of course, I need to get my freaking phone to quit messaging me. Yeah, I agree with that, Amelia. I mean, the YM, it just runs smoother. It's easier to mentally trade in my opinion than the NQ. The NQ will put bigger profits on your P&L, but it'll also put bigger reds on your P&L. So, yeah, the YM is it's a good instrument as long as the market's moving. It's a good instrument. The thing about the NQ is the flip side is when the market's not really moving, the YM goes to sleep, just like the ES goes to sleep. But that damn NQ will still be running around getting manipulated. That's one difference. The NQ will still make movements when those two markets are not moving. But the reality of it is, I don't want to trade unless the market's moving anyways. There you go, Wayne. All right, Wayne. Would people quit texting me? I told you guys this is in essence, today is my Monday. So my phone is just literally blowing up because I was gone Friday. So the last time all these people have been in contact with me was Thursday of last week. So they're just blowing my phone up. What, the YM trade? What YM trade? I did take the YM trade right here. This isn't a trade. If you're asking me this, that's not a trade. We need to do a reset before you hit that gold line. Here's your reset down here. This may look like it hit the gold line, but it didn't. This did not hit the gold line. So we crossed over, back down, boom. That's the first touch. This is the second one. I'm not a big fan of the second one. We have to reset again where we have a candle completely open and closed south of this 1 minute gold line, then cross back over and do a Donchian channel and a pullback. I don't like the second attempts. I'm not a big fan of those. Now, this second attempt worked. I get that. But statistically, this first one's going to work a lot better than the second one. And if you'll notice, the first one had more leg on it than the second one. And that's another thing. The first will have a longer leg than the second. And if there is a third, the second will still be longer than the third. It's market breathes. It takes breaths. And in those breaths, it has rotations back to re-energize itself to take more breaths. And once you start realizing there's these breathing patterns that happen in the market, your whole understanding of how to take trades and stuff will just open right up. I mean, seriously. You'll also not be so nervous when you're in a trade. Like one of the main things for me, like if I was in a long from here and I'm seeing it run up and it's coming back down, I'm not going to get nervous here because we haven't run into this gold line yet. When it's the first time, I anticipate it to roll back up. So I'm more calm now to let the trades go further. But once it comes the second time, I get more nervous. Once it comes the third time, I'm, basically shitting my pants. Because it's going to run out of energy. Unless, Powell comes on and starts saying some fantastic lies. And the market loves it, But the market has to breathe. Yeah, the 170s is what I was talking about, RJ. The YM's gonna have a real battle at the 170s if it gets there. Where was that? Right up in, where was that? Up in here? Where am I? Where did I get that from? It's the bottom of this rotation right here. Seems like I saw that pretty clearly earlier today. Why do I not see it so clearly anymore? I don't know. But this is definitely a rough area for the YM right now. Is it going to go up though? You dog, you probably are going to go up. Purely because I'm not in it. The RTY is hung up. If everybody sees that, it's hung because it's in the midst of all these lines. Pattern-wise, the RTY should go long because it did cross over and it did retest the prior day close and it had an inside bar here. I mean, it should go long. Pattern-wise, it should go long. A lot of noise there. And see how gold, again, like, we got, like 10, 15. Gold did exactly what it's done a lot lately. It just goes to sleep for a while. And there it is. It's gone to sleep for a while. There goes that RTY, man. Guess I should have been paying attention a little more. This inside candle right here would have been a nice thing to trade off of to the long side. Definitely would have been a nice thing to trade. I mean, the main thing yours is this. It's like if you put a gun to my head when price was here, I would tell you it's likely to go this way. If you put a gun to my head when price was here, I would tell you it's likely to go this way. Why would I tell you that? Because the 9 is support and it pushes price. But if I'm trading my money and I want to have a good profitable trade, and therefore I'm not just going to be, increasing the odds that I'm not right. I focus on the first one, not the second one or the third one. That's the real. And so one of the things a lot of people say when they see these lives and they message me is they're like, it's amazing how you have the patience to just sit there and wait. And I'm like, yeah, it's not about entering the market. It's about entering the market when my boxes are checked, that this is what we got. This is what we have. This is, so I had a lot more confidence in this one than this one or this one. But again, what direction do I think the market's going to go when it's sitting here? I think it's going to go long. What direction do I think it's going to go when it's here? I think it's going to go long. I mean, because we're sitting on top of the 9 EMA and 9 has a tendency to push. But I don't want to, it's not a tradable event to me unless we get that rotation with authority, i.e. this big run up, Donchian Channel, and then nice consolidation candles and boom, long. To be honest with you, this one got a little squirrely here. Look at this candle right here, and then we broke it to the downside, but it rotated up. They want the market to go long today. Of course, I think wasn't it yesterday on Columbus Day? Didn't it sell off a lot? I think it did. I don't pay attention to the market in general. What's the point? I think the market was down a lot yesterday, I believe, in the Columbus Day light traffic trading garbage. Just a rule of thumb for everybody. If the banks are closed, Bob's trading is closed. I don't care that the market's open. If the banks are closed, Bob Anderson's trading is closed. Because if the banks are closed, then the people that really move the market, they're not at work moving the market. What the hell? Are we going to do anything? Look at that RTY. Oh, man. 72. Yeah, it went for 40 right there. I would have had my money. It's a nice setup, man. You had an inside candle here and another inside candle here after the crossover retest. That is a really nice setup. If you have the patience to wait for something like that and then do that, man, you only have to trade so many trades a week and boom, you're done. You don't have to get caught up in the laundry. I just totally didn't see it. Totally didn't see it. And it went from point to point. Point to point. Let me blow this up so I can see the RTY better. Wow. Okay. Huh. Look at how they played around up here in the pre-market. Then they went below the line and they played around here. If you go back and you look at these lines, it's like it's literally like a crime scene, and they left their fingerprints behind. Well, not just static lines, but red lines, Rick. Not just static line, but red lines also. Like, for example, in gold right now, I can tell you right now, if this thing rotates like it is doing right now, and this red line migrates its way up, that's going to be a trade for me right here in gold. But it's got to keep rotating down in a relatively smooth fashion instead of meandering, which it's doing that. It's just doing it slow right now. Seems like everybody's getting prepared for Powell to come out and tell his fairy tales, because the market's kind of getting really dormant right now. When is fairy tale telling time? When does he tell his fucking lies? What I love is he always gets to do speeches. You know, what he needs a reporter like me to go, Jerome, can you, now that this pandemic is over, can you tell me when the transitory part of that inflation is supposed to happen? Huh? Tell me. Come on, Jerome. Since you stood in front of the whole world and told them that verbatim over and over and over again, when I knew you were lying. I knew you were lying. You knew you were lying. Awesome, Jim. See, I was talking about you earlier today, Jim, because somebody's, Wayne, I think it was, says that 95% of his trades are in NQ. And I said, well, Jim used to be predominantly NQing himself. But when he got himself introduced to gold, he's like, oh, this is like magic. Like, yeah, gold is like magic. Gold is literally like magic. I mean, it's like literally like magic. Less stressful too. Yeah, and yeah, I didn't trade yesterday, Jim. I wasn't even around. I didn't trade at all. But hey, be proud of me, my friend. I made $2,708 last week, or $9. I mean, I know you make that in a day, but I made it in a week. I didn't trade on Friday either. Yeah, Wayne. I highly suggest you you get your eyes focused on gold, because it's the movements that gold has right now are epic. Epically good moves. Epically direct, deliberate moves. I mean, I if I wasn't sitting here dicking with phone calls, this crossover and then Donchian Channel and the retest right here, boom, bam. I mean, that is a bucket. That is a bucket. Let me tell you how much of a bucket of money this move is right here, Wayne. One contract from that break of this candle right here to here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Okay, so 4 candles. That's $1,000. That's $1,000, that rotation right there. And all you do is follow the back of the candles to your target. Boom, there's $1,000. And that's the stuff that Jim's doing right now, that he's really gotten himself comfortable with. That's $1,000. One contract. Zing, zing. Just straight lines. Orville, I'm going to have to ban you, Orville. I'm going to have to ban you. You're making me look bad. Good job, Walter. Yeah, ES is now. See, ES has done the things I've talked about many, many, many times on this channel. And especially for those you prop firm trading, man, that ES on that 9 EMA, man, that's where you can just sit there and make your money, pass your prop firm, and move on. Just learn how to manage that ES trade off the 9 EMA. Good job, Walter. Apart from 5-minute for direction, any other ways you can follow? I don't know what bond means. Oh, I freaking sat here and covered up. Sat here and covered up the YM. Look at that. The RTY rejected it back. Now, my thought process here on this RTY is that they're going to come and hit the daily. They did this, which is the prior day close, which is the lower crossover. Then they ran up to the prior day high, and they're going to come down. And my guess is they're going to test. Now they're going to test the overnight open and then run it back up. If there's 2 lines together on that first crossover, I always look for them to test the lower line first, then cross back over and test exactly, by the way, exactly what gold did. Crossed over, blew through the prior day high, tested the current open. See how they did that? They went to the lower line. Then they ran up and then tested the higher line. And that's exactly what I'm talking about in RTY right now. Is RTY may now come and test the higher line after testing the lower line. When you start, it's patterns. Once you start seeing the patterns, it's like, rinse, wash, repeat. Yeah, exactly. That's the language. It's understanding what you perceive they're trying to do. Number one. Number two, it's, in my opinion, and this is the hardest part for me when I sit here, is being willing to accept when it doesn't do what I think it's going to do and I take the loss. I can't express enough that it's just as important to know how to take the loss than it is to take the victory. I mean, you got to be willing to take that loss. I used to be the guy that would just not take a loss, and then I'd just blow up my accounts. Because it doesn't mean I'm going to be right that this is going to come down here and do that. That's just what I'm thinking. The best loser wins. Exactly, Jeff. I took a loss today in gold. You know, the trade ended up working. The sad part was my phone rang, and I would have done a re-enter because the pattern stayed consistent. I would have taken a re-enter if I didn't get a freaking phone call. So if I'd have taken that re-enter, right now I'd be up over $1,000. But instead, YM has given me net of that loss $570 right here. So I've had 2 YM wins today. So $570. You know, hey, I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm truly fine with that. I should have made more money. I really should have made more money. But, you know, it's been a hectic morning for me with the damn phone ringing and stuff. But, I mean, I almost feel like I've reached a point where, and I think Jim will say this, Jim definitely, more than Orville, will say that he really feels like he knows what's going on. And therefore, his confidence level is Jim, if he's still here, I guarantee you Jim's confidence level in seeing the trades is the highest it's ever been. The way I improved my psychology was screen time, was recognizing that I was right. And yeah, gold. Gold helped your confidence too, I'm sure, Jim. That's part of, and so like he just typed gold. Gold's helped Jim's confidence. And that's another thing. That's why I tell people you got to learn the personalities of these instruments and see which one's going to help you learn how to be a better trader. For me, it used to be oil quite a bit, and then RTY. But now it's gold instead of oil. Gold trades just like oil used to, but it just has even bigger swings. That's why I've replaced oil with gold. The personality of gold and oil are the same, but gold just has much bigger swings because it's way up in the 4,000s, and gold is down in the, whatever it's at now, $65 or whatever. Yeah, exactly, Jim. That's like the trade I took today in gold. I mean, I got knocked out, but the pattern didn't get destroyed. So I was going to do a re-enter, because the trade had matured a little more, and then boom, I would have made a bunch of money on that, at least $400 or $500. But I didn't do it because I was a damn phone ringing. Let's see if RTY does what I said. It came down and did its test here. So the question is it going to rotate up? I'm gonna be personally. I'm done taking trades. But look at that ES. Look at that RTY go. I'm done taking trades. I'm fine with my $570 today. I mean, it's just I'm getting distracted too much from my phone to worry about trading right now. I got so much stuff to do today. Come on, RTY. Go line to line, line to line. Let's go. Do the same pattern gold did. So that people can recognize what I'm talking about. The rotation from they crossed over, did the lower line, crossed up. Now they're going to do the higher line. That would be the rotation I'm talking about. Now, then it's going to do this shit right here. Watch. Stealing people's money. Are you going to rotate down? Oh my God, it may rotate down. May not. If I get an inside candle right over here to the long side, then I may take that. Come on. Wow, that thing rolled over. And see, that's where you got to be willing to take that loss if it doesn't work. Instead of being like, oh, I'm right. I'd rather take that loss up higher and then re-enter if all they did was scratch me out. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come back up. Come back up. Come back up. All right, now sit there. Sit there. Sit there. Sit there, damn it. I know you're excited. I know you want to go along. Just sit there. Go back down now. No, go back down. Ah, man. It's going to run away on me already. I wanted it to half fill this candle. Then I was going to take the long. I wanted it to half fill the candle to the left. It's still going to go long. Damn it. What I wanted it to do was half fill the candle back down and then let me take the long. Up 985, of which 250 is split between 2 PAs and the rest are 3 evals. All right, Wayne. Wayne's over here. Wayne's over here doing some PAs. Oh, gold. I'm not watching anything in gold right now, Bill, because we're if you look at what we're looking at, we've been sideways right now for almost an hour now. So gold's going to have to start moving. We've been sideways in gold for literally an hour. That doesn't mean it's not going to come back to life again. I talked about that earlier. I said about, sometime early half of after 10 o'clock hour, it's been going slow. It's been going to sleep lately, and then it wakes up again later on. But again, it may not wake up today. Well, it might wake up today, but not tradable wake up, because if Powell's talking at 12 something, gold could just act stupid without any patterns. I would highly not suggest trading while Powell's on the podium telling Disney fairy tales. Highly not recommend trading gold at that time. I think come on, somebody do something. I think I'm going to have to call it a day so I can get some work done. And it looks like we're not really going to be doing much. I don't know why these guys feel like it's important for them to go and do speeches all the time. I mean, anybody with an IQ above 100 knows that they're lying. So what's the point of the speech? Man, that RTY is gonna rotate up, isn't it? Yep. There it goes. Oh, I should have been confident in myself to enter that trade. I should have been confident in myself to enter that trade from here to here. 73 to 77, about $400 or $500. Yep. I should have been confident in myself to take that trade. Should have been. You know, it did what gold did. It just RTY. RTY did the pattern that gold did. It just did it a lot uglier. Did it a lot uglier than gold did. But it did the same pattern. The deal with the YM and the ES is they're just kind of the YM has to get to this area to play this same reindeer game that the RTY is already playing. See, the YM's stuck here. If it would rotate up, cross over, and sit on this, bam, I'd be looking for that to go to there. You know, the same pattern. I would be looking for this to run over, sit on top of that prior day close, and then rotate back up to here. But it's got to get some energy to do it. That's what I would be looking for there. Man, look at that RTY. You dog. You dirty dog. Yeah, that's what I would be looking at in YM. Gold, again, gold is just gold is above the prior day high. So it's got no areas north of it for static lines. Just quickly talk about gold while the RTY is embarrassing me. But we're north of the prior day high. Of course, that was the trade right there, bing, bing. But we haven't established any kind of rhythm for a red line trade. That doesn't mean we won't come up here, do a pivot, break the Donchian channel, and then run back to that red line. And it would be nice if and when it does that, that the rotation back to that red line stays north of these down pivots. And then boom, catch that long and at least take it back to the newly established Donchian channel high. That's what I would be looking at in gold right now. And I don't know. The RTY may just be, now that it's done this and this, it may rotate up and sit on top of the prior day high and go long back to the current day high. Those are the patterns I'm kind of seeing right now. Yeah, I'm going to take my money, $570. I'm going to take my money and run also. I really, 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 really should have made more money than I did. but I was heavily distracted this morning, as you guys saw. It's just I've been out of town too many days, and I didn't even know it was Columbus Day until I was already in Indiana yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever. That holy shit, it's Columbus Day on Monday. I didn't even know. I mean, I just, I'm self-employed, so I work 7 days a week, Anyways, everybody have a good day. And I'll talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow. I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, man, that's terrible, lunatic. That is terrible. That is terrible. Holy cow. Yeah, it was a beautiful setup. I mean, it did what gold had done earlier in the day. And that's why I'm saying it's possible the YM is going to do the same thing. Crossover, set a gap, come down, hit that prior day close, and then long. It may come back and retest the open again and then go long before it goes up here. That part of the pattern, I don't know. But anyways, that's what I would anticipate. Everybody have a good day.